Hey peoples! Yes! Happy Friday! Hello, 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 hello! Welcome, welcome! Guys, let me adjust my camera. Get it right, get it right. Hey, Michael Montgomery! I need to get you up in these IG live streets with your gorgeous self. I love you too! Oh, I need to sing you some lines. I'm trying to come to Jacob's Pillow and see you guys. Yes. Hey Bernard, is that you? Contemporary West Dance Theater. Yes. Oh my God. How you guys doing? Yes. Hot here, kids. It's hot here in New York City. Yes. Let me throw up some photos of my guest today. Oh my God. I will let you guys know. Yes. This is my guest today, Mr. Matt Zarley, kids. Okay. Oh, okay. I'll take you up on that. Thank you. Yes. Let me book my travel plans. Yes. Hey guys. Welcome. Welcome. This is my friend, my good, dear, longtime friend, Matt Zarley. I'm so excited to talk to him today. Yes. Come on in. Let me see if I can go find him. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Uh-oh. Well, I hope he's around. We'll see what happens. Yes. Come on in, kids. Okay. Yes. Hope you guys are having a great week. Welcome. Awesome. Yes, come on in. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Peachy. Catrice. Miss Catrice is in the house, baby. Yes, hi. I'm sitting here fanning myself because it is a hot one here on the East Coast, here in New York City. It is summer. We are here. It is summer. And this is my guest today, Matt Zarley. I just sent him a message to remind him where I am, that we're on my IG Live, and hopefully he will join us soon. Yes, it is. Yes. Thank you guys for joining. This is my guest today, Matt Zarley. And let me just get out of here for a moment just so I can say hi properly with my little daylight action and here up in Washington Heights in New York City. And yeah, I just wanted to bring some joy and light into the world. I do want to take a moment of silence for a young lady that left us this week. And it's very sad to hear of her passing. She was a force in the music industry here in New York. And across the globe, really, but just, really championed jazz to bring it into the mainstream, specifically artists of color. So my prayers and my love go out to all who knew Megan Stabile, the founder of the Revive Music Group. I only got to meet her a few times when she brought the Revive big band to Summer Stage, and that was a few years back, but it's very sad news for us here in the New York music community, and just all my love and prayers go out to all who knew her deeply. I know this has really affected and saddened my artistic community here in New York. So all who loved Megan Stabile, my prayers go out to you. So yes. So again, thank you for joining me. I have an amazing guest today. He is my longtime friend, Matt Zarley. Matt Zarley and I have known each other since high school. So, it's a wonderful treat to actually know people that have known you since you were a teenager and that you're still rocking and rolling and you're still good friends. Oh, okay. I see you, Matt. Yes. So while I do my intro, I want to make sure I bring up another gorgeous photo of him because he is just such a sweet, lovely person. And this is actually, it's kind of a little off crooked, but this was the album cover for his 2002 debut album. And so we're going to talk about the 20th anniversary of that as well. So we don't have a ton of time, but I want to get right to it. So Matt Zarley began his career at the age of 12 starring in national commercials, and subsequently made his theatrical debut at 17 years old in Cats. At that time, the youngest to ever perform in the major mega blockbuster. After a year and a half of touring the country with the feline hit, his career led him to Broadway, where still just a teenager, he made his Broadway debut in A Chorus Line. He has appeared in numerous shows, including Chicago, and the title roles in both Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat and The Who's Tommy on Broadway. He has also had the pleasure of performing with the late, great Whitney Houston, Reba McEntire, Chaka Khan, Vanessa Williams, Brandy, Usher, and Olivia Newton-John, among many, many others. Matt's passion for songwriting resulted in his first solo album debut, which we'll talk about, which was released in 2002 through Universal Distribution. The critically acclaimed set featured the dance hit You Always Want What You Ain't Got and Say Goodbye, which was also featured on the All-Star Human Rights Campaign benefit CD Being Out Rocks. Matt's sophomore album, Here I Am, had his title track chosen as one of the 2008 American Idol Songwriter competition's top 20 finalists in the prestigious national contest. He co-wrote the tune with Pulitzer Prize and Tony Award winner Tom Kitt, Next to Normal, when Tom was serving as Matt's music director for his New York City engagements. The set was also named one of Billboard magazine's critics' top 10 of 2008. Change Begins With Me was Matt's 2012 album release, and it garnered near unanimous acclaim. Critics hailed it inspiring, powerful, passionate, soaring, dreaming, poignant, and a rare breed of artist, soulful and impressive. Yeah, that's my friend, y'all. That's my friend. The album's first single, WTF, became Matt's third Billboard hit, while the music video became an internet cult classic. His next single, Trust Me, quickly became Matt's fourth consecutive Billboard single, and the song's music video became a viral sensation, having clocked over 100,000 views in its first 2 weeks of release. To top it off, the album received the 2012 OutMusic Award for both Album of the Year and Single of the Year. In 2015, Matt released Hope for Romantic, an original musical film about one man's letting go and journey through love, heartbreak, and healing. It's also about holding on to faith that there is somebody for everybody. In addition, the film also featured film and TV icon, George Takei from Star Trek, an LGBT icon and activist. And Hope for Romantic, the film, received acclaim and was chosen as an official selection by dozens of film festivals around the world, including Cannes Short Film Festival, Mumbai International Queerfest, Miami Gay and Lesbian Film Festival, Shout LGBT Film Festival, and more and more and more. I'm so proud. This is my friend, y'all. Matt's latest project, one of his latest projects, happens to be an all-cover song album and the first album he produced solely on his own. The ESTROGEN Sessions was released in March of 2017 to coincide with International Women's Day on March 8th of that year. It is a tribute to some of pop music's most prolific female artists, including the songs they made famous. Songs by Whitney, Celine Dion, Sara Bareilles, and more, as well as a duet with longtime friend and Tony and Grammy winner, Mr. Billy Porter. Yes! So you can follow Matt at his website, mattzarley.com, which is also linked in my bio. And you can see all that Matt's up to, follow all his pages, his YouTube page, his IG channel at the link in my bio. So let me get out of this photo so I can now bring in my friend. I'm so excited, you guys. Matt was actually also one of my very live guests when it was all raw and rickety. So, we'll see. Wait, you're sideways.
Am I sideways? Hold on one second.
Yes.
I don't do this very often, as you can tell.
That's okay. Listen, this is like when we were live. There you go. Yes, gorgeous.
How are you?
I'm so excited to see you again. I'm so proud of you, as always.
You're so sweet. That introduction was something else. Did you put that together?
The what?
That introduction was something else. Did you put that together?
Baby, that's from your website.
Oh, it is?
So first of all, like I said, Matt was one of my very, very, very first IG Live guests when I didn't know what I was doing, but I needed to do something and support my artistic community. And I wasn't able to save our original video from way back, May 2020. And so Matt has honored me with coming on again, just so gracious to sort of recapture some of that first conversation, but also to talk about his current project that he's working on, which I just got a sneak peek of, guys. The 11 o'clock number, right?
Yeah. So you watched it. I sent you the first
I
episode.
did. I was like in my getting ready like this, like, oh my God, I can't cry. I mean, it's so, first of all, you guys understand Matt's voice. Matt has always had this powerhouse voice. He is like the love child of Patti LaBelle and Chaka Khan. If they were lovers that had a baby together.
I'll take it. I will take it.
I mean, we would tool around the streets of Philadelphia high school, and Matt would just be singing down the street, stopping traffic, or when I would go visit him in the summertime in California, top down, your cabriolet, just
dragging you to Magic Mountain from the airport.
Magic Mountain, all of it, kids. Listen, Matt is that triple duper, ooper duper travel, talented individual. So how are you? And we haven't really talked much during the pandemic, so just tell us where you're calling from and how you're doing.
It's been a long time. Can you see me okay? I have this, like, one of my lights went out. So
I see you fine.
Okay. The pandemic was awful.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, I just got it again, like a month and a half ago.
Oh no.
So I've had it twice. Yeah.
Oh, how were your symptoms? How did you feel? My goodness.
Just really tired. I mean, that's basically. I may have had a little bit of a fever the last time, but the first time I don't think I had a fever really. I just wanted to sleep, so I did. That's all I did. I mean, you know, a lot of people had a lot worse. You know what I mean? I had no respiratory stuff or anything like that. Thank God.
Yeah. Well, glad you're coming through it. Glad that you're still you're here to talk about it. You know, obviously.
Oh yeah. I'm okay.
You know, my goodness. Yeah. I mean, we're still. I mean, obviously, we're still in it, and I'm thankful that I do work in an outdoor festival industry. But even with that, though, I mean, like our last few shows, thankfully, have been packed, but there's still that little nervousness. You know, I wear my mask even though we're outdoors and the more crowded
you're around so many people, you have no idea where they're from and who they are, or you know. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
The worst is traveling though, because I came to New York for like a day to see Billy's show at City Center.
Yeah.
Because I had done the show originally when it played a million years ago. So I was also curious to see the show and see what he had to do with it. So it was such a nightmare coming home. Coming back, they basically bumped me off my flight. It's a long story, but long story short, I had a mask on for like 16 hours.
Oh.
Because you can't take it off inside the airport.
Right.
So it was the worst day. It was horrible.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Awful. I mean, even like you're like, oh my God, I'm in a cab now. I have to still have it on. It's just like, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because here in New York, you know, the Broadway shows obviously are still going by the mask rule and everything. And so it used to be at Broadway shows where people would rush outside to have a cigarette. Now people are just rushing out and they should just take a break from their masks, you know?
It's true. I mean, if I have to wear a mask, whenever I can take it off, I want to take it off.
Oh, of course. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that you were part of The Life in the beginning.
Yeah, I did it at the Westbeth Theater. It was off Broadway with Lilius and Chuck Cooper and Pam. They were all in it. It was a lot different than when it became, you know, on Broadway because the director passed away. So when he passed away and they hired a new director, the whole entire show just changed. My role got cut. The trans character got cut.
Oh.
So the two of us, you know, David Drake was playing the trans character. And he was amazing. And I was like the only male hustler, which I was always stuck that there wasn't a male prostitute. It didn't make any sense to me. You know, that was the part that I played. So we got, you know, cut and I went to Broadway. It was very different. And Billy had done bunch of the backers auditions after the off-Broadway run. There was like a 3 or 4 year break in between. Before the director passed away. And Billy did a lot of those readings. And so he has a history with that show as well.
Oh, wow.
And so he brought a lot of what the original was back into it. And then did put his own spin on it, obviously. But yeah, I remember seeing it when I saw it on Broadway. I was like, wow, this is completely different. It was like Sweet Charity all of a sudden. Whereas when we did it, it was like dirty and filthy and just more in your face. But I think the producers too are a little scared of that approach.
Yeah.
But the director was insistent upon it, the original director. But.
Wow. I mean, I enjoyed the recent production, and of course, I love Billy Porter, and I mean, Let Us See.
Oh, did you see it?
House Down, just amazing.
Yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah.
I like the other girl too.
Oh, sure. I'm just not as familiar with her names. I don't want to.
Trans girl. I thought she was great. I thought that was a great idea to make her trans, actually. But I said to Billy, where's the gay guy, like the gay hustler dude? Like, where's he? He's not. Like, you got to represent.
You got to represent, right? And he normally, Billy is everywhere. He does in so many other ways, which is amazing. You guys have been friends forever, clearly. What year was that when you guys were at the West Beth?
The West Beth was like 1991.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Wow.
Billy and I met in 1988.
Oh, wow.
Just a few years after you and I met.
Yeah.
That crazy? Someone
just said, hey, Matt, Captain Ryan. And someone earlier said, Matt is so damn handsome. Yes, you are, boo. Yes, you are. So just so you guys, just a quick little backstory. So Matt and I went to performing arts school in Philadelphia. It was a small private school that used to be attached to the University of the Arts, which is still in existence, but our school isn't. And both dance majors, but Matt was already in commercials, as I read in his bio, was singing and dancing up a storm and acting everywhere. So when he got to our school, it was like, I think you're 2 years behind me, right? We were just like, look at this kid go!
Wait, was I 2? I was 2 years. Yeah, you were a junior when I got there, right?
Yeah. And so Matt, then I was already dancing and working with Philadelphia. Oh, actually, maybe we're a year behind, because when I got into the first company, I was only turning 16. And we were both
and I was 15.
Right. So. We were in the training program together. And Matt came to Philadelphia, a predominantly, Black organization, but here comes Matt with all his fabulousness. And the director was like, look at a white boy can dance. And everyone just ate him up. And so Matt was there and witnessed the day that I became a full-fledged company member. And I just love that we have that memory together, because that was the start of my professional dance career. And then Matt just blossomed off as, like, you heard earlier, off to Broadway. And just quickly for the young folks out here, just tell us what that was like getting into your first Broadway show at such a young age and what it took to stay there.
That's a loaded question. Well, I did Cats on the Road first. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of like my sort of my foray into professional theater, which was a dream. And you came out and saw it, I think, didn't you?
I did.
You did, right? That was like living a dream. I mean, it really, really was. And I really can't say anything bad about that experience. It was incredible. It was incredible. Mm-hmm. And then about 6 months later, I got a call from the Broadway company of a chorus line to come audition for it. And I thought, I had to fly myself to New York. I was back in LA at that point. I thought, I'm going to go for it. Because, I mean, it was my understanding that it was an invited audition. Maybe there'd be like 10 people there. I'm like, I should do it. I get there. It's not an invited audition. It's an open call.
Oh, God.
And I turned the corner on 45th Street down Schubert Alley, and I was like, why is there a line coming out of the stage door?
Oh, my God. Right.
And all I thought was like, oh, my God, I flew myself here on my own dime and coming to an open call. But I booked it. And
yes, you did.
I did, and it was, I can't even describe. I mean, I can still remember my opening night. I mean, really, really vividly. Like, I can... Yeah. When I turned around and faced the audience for that first time, I was like, oh, I remember it so well.
So well, right?
And I did it for a year and a half. I did the show for a year and a half. So.
Wow. Do you think, I mean, with all your experience between, dancing and television and Broadway and all the work you've done on solo, like, would you ever write a book?
Of course I would. Absolutely. If anyone's interested in reading it.
No, they would. I mean, I mean, even listening to, just getting ready for today, just going back and listening to your music, your lyrics, your story, first, I didn't say this earlier, but the first, gay man to be featured as People's Top 50 Most Beautiful People. I mean, that was huge, and all of that. And you've been very open and true about your life, your heartbreaks, and I just think, you know, when people can relate to so much of what you talk about, whether you're gay, straight, or other, you know, because it's honest. This is honest.
It's human.
Love.
Yeah, it's just human. That's all
It's human. It's just human.
When the People magazine thing came out, that was when my first album came out, and I was on a label at that point. And you know, I remember like the response from the gay community, especially, was like, "Oh my God, you're so brave!" About like, my parents already know, so like, why am I? This isn't being brave. This is just being honest, like you said. You know, and it's, I mean, obviously the tide has turned a lot since then. That was 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah. And do you think? I mean, it's just anything else. Like, as a Black woman, you know, when I hear things like the first Black, I'm just like, really? Are we still like? I mean, it's great, I guess, in theory, but the fact that we're still having the first Black anything at this point is crazy. But so, like, when you hear about these coming out stories, or somebody was, it's just like when would that go away?
Well, like when Billy won the Emmy, he was the first Black openly gay guy to win an Emmy for Best Actor.
Right.
Which is amazing, but it's kind of, we still have to like give that preface. Like, why do we? Hopefully, not much longer. Hopefully, it'll.
I hope not.
You know what I mean?
I mean, the way some of these states are going, I don't know. All I can say is I'm glad I live in New York, and even sometimes I'm like, oh, you know.
Thank God I'm in California. I mean, we could just break off and be our own country. Because everyone's just like, no, we're not doing that. Like Gavin Newsom's like, no, we're not gonna like outlaw abortions. No, we're not. Actually, we're gonna help people get abortions if they want it.
Right. It's just insane. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to go down that that whole political drama, because
we'll be here for hours.
We're saturated with it enough, and it just drives me.
I know. Yeah.
We're here in 2022 having these conversations, but I do want to get to where you are now and this new project that you're working on, which is so fabulous. 11 o'clock number, and what that means. And so the clip that you sent me was Never Enough, which I was just bawling. So tell us about when it's coming out and what's going on.
So I officially finished it last night. So you're the first person to see one of the finished stuff, but it started during the pandemic. I would say maybe about a year and a half ago. I have a recording studio in my home, and I thought, you know, I'm gonna take the time and just record some songs that I've always wanted to sing. I mean, I'm here alone or whatever. And so I recorded a couple songs from Miss Saigon, you know, of course the women's songs, and then I recorded a couple other songs I've just always wanted to do, and they were all women's songs. I love, obviously women have the best songs.
Yes. And
I would say probably like halfway through recording a bunch of these songs, I played some stuff for my friend Fred, who's a TV choreographer. And we had reconnected, because we hadn't seen each other in years, and so we just reconnected. He lived right by me, and I played him some of the songs, and he was just like, this needs to be something. A YouTube video. Like, this needs to be an event. He said, first of all, guys never sing these songs. He goes, you've never sounded better ever, and you need to do something with this. It planted the seed, and so I crafted a narrative around these 12 songs about a fictitious guy who's from New York. He's a musical theater actor, singer. He's a recovering alcoholic, and the premise is that he's come out to LA to take care of his mother, who is sick with COVID. And she passes away, and his boyfriend breaks up with him via text the day before he's supposed to come out here with their dogs, because he just is assuming that he's drinking again. He can tell he's drinking again, which his mother just passed away. So of course he's kind of wallowing in that. You find all this stuff out as each episode progresses. There's 12 episodes. And every night he has these dreams that he's performing this huge song on stage, and each song is a women's song, but each narrative within the song mirrors his narrative that he's going through. And it's just about self-discovery ultimately, and you know, really just coming to terms with what the dreams mean. And he realizes it's because he never had that. He never had an 11 o'clock number. He kind of gave up.
What does that phrase mean?
11 o'clock number is a theater term.
Oh, okay.
And it's derived from back in, I don't know if it's the 40s or exactly when it started, but it came about because Broadway used to start at 8:30, the shows. And they would say by 11 o'clock, the lead character sang the big song in the show. So it became 11 o'clock number.
Yeah.
That's where it comes from. And because these are all female songs in the series, and they're all big songs for the most part. So I thought, with the exception of maybe one, but they're all two maybe. They're all really big songs. But yeah, you know, it feels really unique in terms of the format of storytelling, and that's kind of where my head is at these days. I want to create things that feel new, fresh, and for the Instagram crowd, you know what I mean? Because I love the idea of creating like easy to digest, short little nuggets of entertainment. That's what I want to do, and I think there's a market for this particular format and this.
Yeah, I mean, it's short form.
You know, and no one does musicals because they get a bad rap because a lot of them are bad. But I figure like I think this project kind of works. I think it works because none of the musical numbers happen in reality. I never see the camera. That never happens. So right away you don't feel uncomfortable as an audience member. I think that's kind of what it is a lot of times. I don't know. So yeah, so I just finished. It's 12 episodes. It's 6 to 9 minutes long each episode. That's perfect, especially for where we are now. I mean, I appreciate anyone that even watches these anymore. I do decent numbers, you know what I mean? Doing them until like I can get on like a TV station, like okay, Oprah girl, you know, Tamron Hall. Anybody out there listening, put me in touch. But I just feel like, you know, people's, you know, screen time anymore is they need, you know, short form, and I think it's brilliant what you're doing. And so where will this land? Will it be on your website? I'm not sure yet. Okay. Honestly, because I directed, edited, and produced and star in it, I'm kind of wearing all hats. So I've been so busy. I just needed to finish it. Yeah. And now I'm gonna really start looking into where it should go. Oh my God. When I first started working on it, in my head I wanted to take it to Quibi, which doesn't exist anymore. It only lasted for like 3 months. That would have been the perfect home for it. Yeah. That would have been the perfect home for it. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, Roku is a possibility. Because they bought all of Quibi's library when they shut down. Yeah. So they have a whole short form like division of their stuff. So it'll be interesting. I'm not sure. Yeah. I mean, at the very least, it'll come out on my YouTube channel. That's the least. I'm thinking about this station that's here, like any of those sort of. Is it Marquee that does sort of like arts and all arts and where this might fall? Well, there's Broadway HD. Yes. Oh. I thought about that. Yeah. I might have a contact for you. Oh, really? Just saying. So let's talk offline about that. Yeah, let's talk about that. But I think God. I mean, I subscribe to Broadway HD. I have since it came out. But I think Marquee is a streaming, like a theatrical streaming thing, right? Yeah. I feel like I've watched something on there before. Like yeah. So I mean, how much of it, you know, you know, the drinking or the depression. I mean, obviously with COVID, a lot of people went through so much. And, you know, how much of it, I'm sure some of it might be autobiographical because, you know, it's your story. You have heartbreak and you have dogs. Absolutely. You know? Yeah, and my mom died from alcoholism too. So I didn't realize that, Matt. Yeah, and so I know what that is. I know, you know, I've never had a drinking problem before, but I know with that, I know why she started drinking and why it continued, and the psychology of it. I mean, because I went to therapy with her when she was in rehab. You know? So, yeah, I mean, I think it's real. I think the whole story is very relatable. I mean, the set of circumstances you don't really find out until like a third of the way into it. Then you realize, oh, wait a minute, he's stuck in this rental house that he and this ex-boyfriend prepaid because they were going to live there for a year. Because his ex is the one that wanted to move to LA, not him. You know, he lived in LA already with his mom. So like, his mom was a musical theater actress as well. And in the story, she named him Zach Matthews. Zach Matthews is his name. Her name is Barbara Matthews. She named him after seeing the final dress of a chorus line at the Public. That's his backstory. And Fun fact is the woman who plays my mother in this did see the final dress rehearsal, the chorus line at the public.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was like, I'm going to put that in here because I think that is so, the fact that I did the show and I have my history with it, it's kind of poignant. It's sweet.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Oh, I can't wait to watch them all.
I'm really proud. I mean, I'm really, really proud of it. You know, it's, you know, we shot on stage. There's a theater over here by my place. I know the people that run it. So I got the place for 2 days and we shot everything on stage and all that LED wall in the back. Mm-hmm. I created all those videos for that. And
nice.
It's been like all consuming for a year and a half. I mean, pretty much.
Wow.
I love it. I mean, I love working on. I'm probably gonna have like postpartum, what you do after after I work on a project like this.
Yeah.
I'm so like.
You've been doing so much of your own producing. Like you've really just been like elevating your skills on that level. It's awesome.
Well, as Billy would say, I'm a do-it-yourself bitch, which is true. And the thing is, during the pandemic, I really honed in on my skills, especially with editing and even music production too. Because I was here by myself with my dogs, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it was a perfect time to sort of, and I learned a lot of new things too. Mm-hmm. I mean, you can go to school on YouTube. You can just go on YouTube and just learn myself.
Well, even me doing IG Live, like that's not that complicated, but you know, trying to figure out how to do even just this and then archive them and then upload to YouTube and all these things. I mean, I was still working throughout the pandemic blessedly, you know, and so a lot of my time was spent with Summer Stage, virtual, and all these other things, but really trying to build up some other skills during the time since, again, home here by myself.
It's the perfect time to do that.
It was a perfect time, and yeah, that's awesome.
So, yeah, so I mean, if I end up releasing it myself, I think I will probably release it August 8th because that's my that was my opening night in the chorus line.
Oh, that would be so awesome.
But hopefully it'll land somewhere else.
Yeah.
I get nervous about giving over something that I put so much into, unless I have a guarantee of how much I know they're going to promote it or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Hope for Romantic is on Amazon. Mm-hmm. That's short. So I could go there too. That's another idea. But I'm
yeah, absolutely. Oh, I need to link that after we're done. I'll link that as well to my link tree with your information. And so in terms of like performing, are you doing anything live upcoming in person?
I shot a TV pilot a couple months ago. So waiting to hear about that, if that's going to get picked up. Okay. And then I recorded one of the songs from my first album as a 20th anniversary version of it, which was really fun. And that was weird. I haven't sung the song probably in 18 years.
Oh, wow. Well, first of all, congratulations on that. I did not realize until I was like digging into the information, like 20 years since your first record. What a celebration that is.
Isn't that wild?
Accomplishment.
It's so weird. Getting old, Danny. We're getting old, girl.
Ooh. And so so I just need to understand though, because your voice, first of all, sounds better than ever.
Thank you.
It sounds open. It sounds like crystal clear. The tenor, it's just amazing. So what are you doing to keep it together?
Well, I recorded all that during the pandemic, so what else am I doing?
Right, you're like.
And I really do have the luxury of being able to just turn on my mic whenever I want and sing. And so I would say probably 90% of that album was recorded at probably 2 a.m. Oh,
wow.
And I used to not be that person, but I have become that person with music. I love working at night because it's quiet. It's quiet, and I can really just get in the zone. And and with this particular project, more than anything I've done, I made a commitment to myself just to be really meticulous about it. Vocals, and if I'm not happy with something, I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to and because I produced all my own vocals, I would only have myself to blame. So it's that's how I kind of approach this, you know. I wish I had that knowledge years ago when I was working on stuff, because I mean, please, I mean, I wish all of this was available 20 years ago.
Right.
I mean, our careers would probably be completely different.
Yeah.
It would be. I mean, I know it would be completely different, but yeah, I haven't really been doing anything specific except just I was singing a ton. I mean, every day.
Yeah.
And I think too, I learned on this project too. I was like, I kind of go for broke on it in a way. I'm like, this might be your last album, so singing like it is. I mean, it's not.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, but I approached it with that kind of like intention. Like it was kind of like, this might be the last time I ever do a project like this.
Oh, that's so interesting.
Let's go for it.
I think we both were, but I definitely was that kind of dancer because for some reason, and maybe it was a self-fulfilling prophecy, but I always felt like we're athletes, right? We could get injured at any moment. And I felt like I better dance this. Like this might be the last time I ever do it. And I think that's just why I was just always on 200.
You always approached everything like that. You never held back anything.
Oh, thanks.
I think that's why you and I were we connected, because we both kind of had no fear. We had
no fear.
You know what I mean? Which you develop as you get older, which kind of sucks. But
I'm trying to get back to that fearlessness. I'm making some shifts in my life this summer and just trying to really, get back to that.
Are you going to come out here and visit me this summer?
I am.
You are?
I'll talk to you about that offline.
But
I want to make that trip this summer.
Because I'm coming to New York too.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Okay, we're gonna get our dates together.
Well, yeah, we'll get it together. But you can always stay here with me.
No, that's what I'm planning to.
I'm ready, but I'm doing a renovation.
That's the plan. So wait, so Instagram Live is back to the 60-minute live stream cutoff period. So I don't want to forget to ask a couple of things before we go. But since you are such a fan of women vocalists, anyone today that you're really like loving?
Lizzo.
Yeah.
And I saw her in concert right before the pandemic, like right before. One of the best concerts I've ever seen.
Really?
Unreal. You know, I love what she stands for. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I love what she's about. And she's incredibly talented. And she's just a star. And she's so likable. It's like, if you don't fall in love with her, you have a problem.
Yeah.
In terms of like pop artists, I'm so out of the loop, really, because this might sound really silly, but like I kind of got sort of kind of turned me off when I would go on like Apple or Spotify, and like half of the artists spell it with lowercase letters. You notice that? Like all over the place. I'm like, what is going on? When I released or use like the letter U for you, but Prince did that all the time. But I remember when I released my first album, it was "You Always Want" and in parentheses "What You Ain't Got," and the U in "What You Ain't Got" is the letter U. And Apple didn't want to put it out. iTunes didn't want to list it that way, even though that's how it was spelled.
Oh, wow.
Think about like like grammar issues.
Yeah.
Now you're going on there and it's like all over the place.
It's all over the place. There's a woman I think you would love, and actually I think we're trying to get her for Summer Stage. I just only recently found out about her. Her name is Danielle Ponder.
Okay.
She's based here in New York, and she spent most of her year working in the legal system and justice for like civil rights justice, I believe. And she started singing. She's been singing her whole life, and she just decided, like a couple of years ago, maybe, to just like, she was singing like with bands locally and still working a full-time job, but she just recently decided, like, you know what, I'm going for it. And she just played Late Night with Seth. I forget the guy's name, the comedian. Yeah. And when I tell you, this woman blew me away. She blows me away. Danielle Ponder.
Danielle Ponder, okay.
Yeah, check her out. I love her. And she's a baby. She's a grown woman.
Like
she's a grown woman out in these streets making new music. And I love that. And I'm so thankful that we're going to get to like present her this summer.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like we like just booked her because it's like, what? Even though the season's been announced, we're like, we got to get her in here somewhere. No, she's amazing. So cool.
I'll definitely check her out for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course, I have to ask you, the Tonys, I hadn't watched the Tonys all the way through in a long time, but I did deliberately this year because of everything that was nominated, and there were some specific things I was really interested in. I thought it was one of the best awards deliveries in a while.
Can we talk about Ariana DeBose? Can we
talk about that, Queen, honey?
I'm beginning
to end.
I'm just loving her ascension. I'm just loving watching it happen.
Yeah.
I love it. You know, because here's this girl that was in the ensemble of Hamilton who has a freaking Oscar now.
Okay.
And deservedly so.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that movie anyway.
Yeah.
I liked it more than the original.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
I really did. I loved it so much. I thought it was so well done.
Yeah.
You've seen it, right? You've seen it, right?
I have not. I know.
Well, if you still haven't seen it, when you come out to visit me, we're gonna watch it. I'm gonna make you watch it. I have an outdoor movie screen. We'll sit outside and watch it.
Yeah.
That's what we do in California, girl.
Oh my God, I am booking my flight today.
Have you seen
Oh my God. And the woman that won for Paradise Square, I don't want to mess up her name, but she sang the song "Burn It Down."
Yeah.
Kalakango Jaquina.
Yeah.
I'm messing up her name. It's so terrible.
Actress, yeah.
Oh, that was unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
Did they explain the context of that song? They didn't really, did they? I don't remember. I came in a little bit after she first started, so I didn't see the intro. Yeah. I'm like, what is she singing about? Like, I wanted to know what it was about, like what the context was. Yeah.
I mean, the premise obviously of the show is, when the Irish immigrants and, formerly enslaved people came together and Black people, and how
it's in New York, right?
It's based in New York and in the ghettos of those times, and how there was commingling and people got along, and then when people started getting more rights or more access to wealth, there's sort of there became that division of, based on race, and even though everybody was just as poor as everybody else. But so I want to go see it because also a friend of mine, acquaintance of mine, was Chloe O. Davis, is the author of, I will give a plug because it's Pride Month, of course, for the Queen's English.
Yes.
The link to this book is in my bio, but she's the associate choreographer on the show. So I got to get my Broadway stuff in. I want to see Strange Loop. I saw Color Girls before it closed, and Camille.
I want to see Strange Loop. I want to see Into the Woods.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Sara Bareilles. Did you see it at City Center?
Okay, so quick story. A friend of mine invited me to go, and I was all dressed up to go, and I went to the theater, but I went on the wrong night. Listen, I need an assistant. I thought I would never say that at this point in my life, but I need an assistant because the night that the tickets were for, I couldn't go, so I got it all wrong.
Yeah, I had a part-time assistant for like the past couple of years, and she got a full-time job, so I kind of lost her.
Yes.
It's so funny when you tell people like regular people that I need an assistant, they automatically think. I was like, no, you don't understand like all the stuff I'm trying to do. Like I can't keep it all together. I just can't. There's only so many hours in the day. It's not
absolutely.
It's not trying to be bougie. It's just trying to be like sensible and like responsible and organized.
And organized. And organized. Like I think I did a pretty good job with it, but now that I'm really trying to build out, my dannIGeeLives and take them in person and all these other things, I'm trying to do for myself and my career. I just feel like it'll be great to have some help because I'm still obviously full-time with the festival, and we're in the thick of it, and that's a priority, of course, because
how long does that last?
Paid.
How long does that last? Is it 3 months, 2 months?
The opening night was June 11th with Herbie Hancock, which is amazing, and it's going all the way through this year through September 26th. Yeah, we've got free programming up through towards the end of September, and then some ticketed shows, benefit shows we call them, that Bowery produces in our venue. But it's kind of like a 4-month festival at this point. Wow,
that's amazing. When you started, it was not that.
No, not at all. But
like a couple of weeks or something when you first started?
Well, no,
a month.
So like late June through the end of August. So it was always that.
It was that long. Okay.
Yeah, but now that it's been bleeding sort of into October. So I think Elsie Fest is coming back, which would be really cool because we have to represent Broadway. I mean, we just have to. So yeah, there'll be not typically the free shows, but a lot of times just like the ticketed bigger rock concerts that are produced by Bowery usually go into October.
Mm.
And October is a beautiful time to be in the park, actually, because the leaves are just starting to change, and then the weather just a little bit cooler. So I actually like the festival at that part of the year.
Yeah.
And usually there's like a big show on my birthday, so I get to celebrate like it's my birthday.
I mean, October, like late September into October is like perfect time there. It's like my favorite time.
Yeah, kind of through hurricane season, so there's not that threat of bad weather all summer long. You know?
It's very romantic at that time.
It is. Speaking of romantic, so anything on the horizon? Any?
Nothing.
Oh.
How about you?
Well, you know, I'm with the boo for, it'll be 5 years.
Are you guys still together? I love it.
5 years in August.
We haven't caught up in a long time, so it's been a while since we've spoken. I think what was the last time when you did the IG before? That's the last time I think we spoke. Oh,
it can't be that long ago. That was in 2020. Really? It's been 2 years since we talked.
Yeah.
Well, we like social media and stuff a little bit, probably. You know. I hope so. Well, it's okay. Because guess what? It's like none of that time even.
Okay.
Right. That's how friends do, right? You know, it's like it was yesterday.
And after you cross that 40-year-old threshold.
It's so true. It's so true. Yeah. So what are you up to this weekend? What are you up to for Pride? What's going on in LA?
Pride in LA was last weekend. And I didn't even know about it until the day before. I'm like, oh, really? Oh. And I was literally like, I had 3 all-nighters this week. Working, editing, and like, I'm kind of just going to lay low probably. Yeah. Spend some time with my dogs because I feel like they like for
the babies.
Couple weeks. Yeah. So spend time with them. I might have a couple friends over. Movie outside.
Yeah.
Sit in the pool and watch a movie.
Yes. Come on, pool. Come on, pool. I will never forget that one summer I had just broken up with somebody, and I was like, "Oh, and you were like, come to LA," and I did, and it was so awesome.
Where was I living? Where was I living then?
It wasn't far from Venice Beach, wherever it was, because I remember I hitched a ride, all dangerous.
Oh wait,
with strangers.
But I lived in Hollywood at the time.
Yes. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's such a great time. Oh my gosh. Well, listen, let's make sure we exchange dates. I know when you're coming here, and when I know I can come out there, and then we can just figure it.
Maybe we can go see Strange Loop together.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And I would love for you to come to the festival and see what we do.
I would love it. I would love it.
Yeah.
Look on your calendar, the Summer Stage calendar, and let me know what looks like something that I would love to see. You think?
Yeah. Just send me when you're going to be here so I can figure that out for you.
And you let me know when you want to come here.
Yeah. We have this 1 week where I know we're not doing anything in the outer boroughs. I think it falls at the last week of July, so that'll be awesome. Yeah, but I'll text it to you. Okay. Yeah, I'm actually running out now to go see. Since it's Juneteenth weekend here in New York, and across the the world. It's Juneteenth in the country, and some friends of mine, Jamel Gaines and Creative Outlet Dance Theater of Brooklyn, are doing a Juneteenth program today at Brick. So I am dashing out after this.
Yeah, Billy's actually performing at the Bowl this weekend for.
Nice. Are you gonna go see him?
Maybe. I mean, I completely forgot about it, but it's a Juneteenth concert, I think.
Yeah, it's a big deal. We actually, I'm so proud to say, I'm going to share it later, probably Sunday, which is the actual day. In the virtual series that we did for Summer State, I was very proud to do a day-long virtual celebration of Juneteenth in 2020, and it was the first time as a festival that we had ever even celebrated that day, and so I was very proud of that. And
I didn't even know about Juneteenth until 5 years ago.
Yeah, well, a lot of people.
It was never taught in school.
No,
I didn't live near there, and it was obviously way before my time. But it's criminal. All these things that and now they're trying to do it again in the schools. They're trying to you know, shield kids from the truth when
exactly
we need to know the truth.
We do.
It only makes us better if
yeah.
you know.
We're never going to heal as a nation if we don't lay bare our truths, so we can address them, right?
Well, they need to, like, Lauren Boebert, Marjorie Taylor Greene, they all need to go. All of them. These hateful, horrible people. Horrible. Yeah. I mean, I was getting really testy with Lauren Boebert on Twitter. Like, I mean, I would say the meanest things to her. I'd be like, I would just call her, like, miserable. Like, do you ever have anything nice to say? You never one positive thing on this.
Ever done.
And that's being nice. I said a lot of really mean things. Sure. But, like, justifiable, I think.
Yes, absolutely. I know. Well, keep fighting. I'm fighting, but I'm also fighting to bring and know you are love and joy up in these streets. And I can't wait to see you. Okay. I love you, and I can't wait to see the rest of the project. And, you know, when it's finished and you know where it's going to land, let me know as well so I can reshare it at that time. And whatever I can share publicly, let me know and I'll share. But in the meantime, the links to your website and IG and YouTube are in my bio. So, yay.
I love you so much.
I love you so much.
My love to your family.
Yes, yours too. Everybody's good. Everyone's good. Yours too.
Good. We'll talk offline about everything.
Yes. Okay. Thanks, Matt.
I love you, honey.
Love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Yeah, get out. There you go. Yes, that was my good friend Matt Zarley. Oh my God. Again, we've known each other for a couple of decades. You know, we were teens when we met. And so he has a new project, the 11 o'clock number, which I'm just finding out what that means. And so, yeah, when he's able to release it and where the platform, I will make sure I share it because he's so brilliant. And just actually on my page, there's a video from an earlier project that he did. So just after this, go to my page and click on this video and just understand what I'm talking about when I say Matt can sing his face off. Okay. But there's a couple of things I want to make sure I promote before I jump off. Again, Chloe Davis, LGBTQ, IA+ dictionary, the Queen's English, link in my bio. I'm wearing my I Dance for a Cure t-shirt, given to me by the amazing Doriana Sanchez from So You Think You Can Dance. I had her on my show a few weeks ago, and she sent me this as a thank you. This organization link is also in my bio. I Dance for a Cure is a foundation that is fighting to end childhood cancer. So if you have a couple of dollars, please donate. I Dance for a Cure, sent to me by my girl, Dory Sanchez. And also, what else? What else can I tell you about? Yes. Happy Juneteenth. This is Black Music Month. Happy Pride. There's a lot of dance going on. And if you're in New York this weekend, oh my God, my girl Souls of Duende at Give Me Dance. Amazing. I think there's a show tonight and tomorrow. Link in my bio. Just go to my link tree, okay? Alvin Ailey is at Lincoln Center this weekend. The rest of the weekend, American Ballet Theater look amazing. They're also at Lincoln Center at Met Opera. Another young lady that I just met, who I'm mentoring actually in the program, Jenny Boissiere. She is performing up in Washington Heights this weekend in the Restart Series program. Again, the link is in my link tree. And I've got some news. So I think I mentioned this before, but I am doing my first ever live dannIGeeLive in person 2 weeks from today, July 1st. At the Greenwich House Music School. The link is in my bio now, and I'm going to show you the picture of the ad because I'm so excited. So I will be interviewing live in person my good friend Monique Martin on the far right, and then in the middle there, my friend Corinne Plantadi, formerly of Alvin Ailey as well. She is a queen diva, as well as my friend Monique Martin, who is an independent producer and just doing amazing things. So the link to the event is in my bio. It's just $10, and you can buy your tickets in person. And I hope you come out and support if you're here that weekend. I know it's the July 4th weekend, but if you're around, come to the Village. There'll be a small wine reception after. I'm super excited and nervous, but it's going to be so much fun. And I'm also sharing, it's not that soon, but in August, I'm I will be interviewing Lyndon Denise Fisher Harrell, the newly named, well, it's a year now, artistic director of Hubbard Street Dance Chicago. So Hubbard Street Dance Chicago is performing at Summer Stage August 28th. The night before, on August 27th, I will be interviewing her in person at the 92nd Street Y. So that link is also in my bio for more information. So lots of good stuff going on, people. I'm super excited. And yeah, just go to would love to connect with you. Send me a message. Send me an IG message. Thank you. So lots going on. I'm super excited and, you know, super warm. This is my Revelations fan that I saved all these years in honor of Alvin Ailey. But more to come. There's some good things coming up that we can announce next week. With Summer Stage, we're in full festival mode now. So come to the park, summerstage.org. The Aussie Barbecue was tomorrow. They're a partner of ours, and it's a full day of Australian artists and good stuff. And Monday is Met Opera. Tonight in Harlem, we're re-showing the film Summer of Soul at Marcus Garvey Park. So there's a lot to do, people. There's a lot to do. Thanks again to my friend Matt Zarley. I love you, and I will see you soon, my friend. And that's it. Stay safe in these streets, and I will see you next time. Actually, next week, I won't have a show. I'm actually hosting a private event. That's why I won't be able to be online next week. But July 1st, save the date. If you're in New York, come see me live in person, dannIGeeLive at the Greenwich House Music School. All right, people. Thank you for supporting, and I will see you when I see ya. Bye.